Hey there, welcome back to Morrowind.
Khajiit
In the last
has
part
no
we
time
rescued
for
Dwemer
you.
here from slavery just because we felt like it. It also works nicely as a part of our cover story for the Blades. So we're going to actually do some of the main questline of the game now, and it started by telling us to just go and work with some local guilds, so that people thought we were here just to do some work. Hi you. You look fancy, who are you? He is Jonas Maximus, Guard and Knight Bachelor of the Imperial Legion. Have you ever considered putting down the bachelor lifestyle? Not with you, no. Okay, sorry. We suck at flirting with guards still, but we'll keep trying. So there's one more guild we haven't joined yet, and it's the Imperial Cult.
Talk with you? Something tells me I might regret it.
Are you sure? Because I think I could join you. Yes, we wish to become a lay member. We accept all citizens of good character and earnest faith. We ask only a one-time pledge of 50 drakes to aid us in our good works. Thereafter, the only cost of membership comes when you use a healing altar. Modest and nominal fees which help us in our mission to bring the words and blessings of the Nine to those less fortunate than ourselves. Let's join. Tell us about the requirements. To serve and glorify the Nine Divines, you must cultivate a noble personality. I have a bad feeling about this. A strong will, respect for the magical arts, especially the colleges of restoration, mysticism and conjuration. We suck at all three. Those who swear to avoid bloodshed, yeah, about that. Take the field unarmoured and fight only with blunt weapons, yeah. And knowledge of enchantments and a gift for diplomatic speech. We can't even flirt with guards successfully. We acknowledge the divinity of the Nine Divines, Akatosh, Dibella, Arche, Zenfar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, Julianos and Tiber Septim. We preach the nine virtues: humility, inspiration, piety, work, compassion, justice, ambition, learning and civility. Well, they do serve the Emperor and we are a member of the Blades, so I guess we acknowledge it? Yeah, will you accept me? They accepted me. Cool. We have absolutely no skill in any of the things that he mentioned, but he accepted us anyway. It is not possible to become a priest or consecrated cleric without joining cult orders. You will be forced to devote yourself full time to the Imperial Cult, which doesn't suit adventurous people like yourself. But they do need lay servants, earnest laymen dedicated to serving the Nine. They need almoners to serve Zenfar, lay healers to serve Mara, and shrine sergeants. Tell us about all three of them. So almoners gather arms from the members of the guild in good faith. Basically they just want money. Lay healers, they want ingredients for healing potions, again they just want money. And the shrine sergeant probably just wants money, so, you know. Maybe they only accepted us because we paid them.
Maybe you should see a healer.
We're fine, we're only very close to death. So we need to find someone who will give us these missions.
Speak freely, friend.
What's your story?
We're not going to actually do these missions yet, we'll just pick them up while we're here. Here we are. He is Ilnus Troubadour, and he manages the volunteers for almoners. I'm ready for an almoner project. Let's see, go to the Skyrim mission and ask for arms for the poor. I'm sure that'll work well. If they want 100 gold, can I just give you the money and not bother with a quest? I can! I've doubled our goal! Excellent, you far exceeded our expectations. You must have a touch of Zenfar in your soul. Maybe he just wanted our money. Can we advance yet? Hey, we're now a novice. Excellent. Can we advance? We're now an initiate. They really like us just giving them money. He gave us a Maran amulet. Cool. Can we ask for alms from the poor again? We can. Go to the Argonian mission and get 100 gold. Can I just give you 100? I've doubled our goal. There we go. We've given you 100 gold. Okay, this one sounds more interactive. We need to go back to Legion Fort and... Actually, no, he just wants 100 gold again. I've got 100... I've doubled our goal. Excellent. Once again, you far exceeded our expectations. Can I just... Oh no, this time he wants a specific shirt. It's called a common shirt, one with red and black. So we can't just tell him that we've doubled our goal again, sadly. Hello, you. Yes, I'm ready for a lay healer task. Let's see. He wants us to bring us marshmallow for restore health potions. And he is a Solonian Turnifus, I guess.
How can I help you?
Do we have any marshmallow on us? No, so we can't just tell him we doubled our goal this time. Well, this is going to be the easiest of all the guilds to finish, it looks like. They just want us to give them loads of money. Ah, here's the Shrine Sergeant guy. Do you just want us to give you money? Right, so a high elf named Carolel had swamp fever and they healed him, but then he stole the chapel limeware bowl. So the bowl was a gift from a benefactor. It's a unique item, quite valuable, and it would be embarrassing to our benefactor were they to visit and find it missing. Tell us about Carolel. Right, so he mentions to search the local garrison here for more information. We won't do this right now. Well, we did more with them than we actually expected to do.
I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along.
So this guy is wearing Dwemer armor. That's a type of heavy armor in the game. Hi.
I only have a few moments.
I think we got off on bad footing. Did I ever tell you about myself? Okay, sorry. Bye. We really suck at flirting with people. Right, so now we've joined every single guild in the game.
What this is about.
Hello, you. We're not going to bother with either the Imperial Cult or the Temple missions right now. We'll do those later. Hey, we leveled up acrobatics. Excellent. And we've done some missions for the... Oh yeah, here's the guard that we killed. We did that because we accidentally talked to him when we had a bounty on our head. Let's make our way back to Balmora. So we're going to go and talk to Caius Casades because our current backstory, or cover story rather, is that we've come here to do work with the fighters and the mages guilds, and if anyone actually does try looking up whether we've done anything more secretive than that, all they'll find is that we're a member of the Thieves Guild, and then they will think that we just make all our money from stealing from people instead, which to be honest we do, and that's why it's the perfect cover story, because it's completely true. So no one's going to think about how we're a member of the Blades. Hey, you feeling okay? Bye-bye. So let's finally go and continue with the questline of the game. How are you?
Greetings.
I'm ready for orders. Good, go talk to Hasfert and Tobolus of the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the 6th House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favour first, probably an ugly favour, but do it, and get the information and report back to me. By the way, Hasfert is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education, and I have a few history books here. Help yourself, you're welcome to them. No point in being a part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. Jeanette Sight's little book is a good place to start. I have a copy here, take it. You might also look for On Morrowind, the Imperial Province, by Edwana of Sunhold. So tell us about the Nerevarine. Some Dwemer believe that an orphan, an outcast, a youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents, will one day unite all of the tribes of a Dwemer, drive out the invaders of Morrowind, and re-establish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. They call this orphan and outcast the Nerevarine, and say the Nerevarine will be a reincarnation of a long-dead Dwemer general and first councillor, Lord Induril Nerevar. Tell us about the 6th House. A trusted informant says that there is a secretive cult associated with some strange events recently, and more importantly, my informant thinks that these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. Tell us about these. The illiterate Ashlanders pass down their customs and history in the form of poetic verses. Among the things they preserve in verse are the dreams and prophetic visions of their wise women, in particular the verses that foretell the coming of the Nerevarine, but I don't know much about it. That's why I'm sending you to find out. Thanks, mate. So we've heard about the Nerevarine before. Apparently some Ordinators, who are temple guards, went and killed loads of Ashlanders who were talking about the fact that the Nerevarine had arrived. And I think they said that they killed the Nerevarine as well. And as Case Cassidy said, we're becoming a part of history. So we're going to be learning more about that and the secretive Sixth Cult as we do these next few quests. And you're likely to also start piecing things together due to the opening cutscene we had in the game. So let's continue. You should be down here. Hi you.
Speak freely, friend.
Yeah, but I want to talk to this guy. Who are you anyway? You do training. Never mind.
That was the strangest book I've ever read.
Which one? This one? No, it's just a Fighter's Guild charter. I mean, it does say don't steal from guild members. I mean, that is quite weird. Anyway, hi you. So you're with Chaos, eh? And Chaos wants information? Of course, there's a risk for that involved. I require a favour first, and then I'll tell you what I want to know. There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Argenhand. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some puzzles on the side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back that Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what you want to know. What is this puzzle box? The little cube I'm looking for is about the size of a fist, maybe a little bigger. It'll be made of a coppery metal with a circular design and symbols on the side and some lined marks on the other sides. That's all I want. That little cube. Tell us about where Argenhand is. They're extensive on the surface and underground. So we're heading south out of town past the Silt Strider, over the bridge, and then we'll find a signpost to Caldera. Then go to the signpost to Molagmar, turn right and go uphill across an ancient Dwemer bridge over the Fuyada Maea. And then apparently it's on the east side. What's a Fuyada? Fuyada means fire river in the native Ashlander language. The deep ash-dark ravines which run down the side of Red Mountain volcano are called Fuyada. The lava from the Red Mountain is very fluid, it runs almost like water, and during an eruption fire rivers run down the mountain, clearing the ravine's vegetation. Because they have good footing, are clear of brush and run long distances, the natives use them like roads. Thank you. Well, we'll go and get you this puzzle box then. So we haven't actually been to any Dwemer ruins yet, so this will be the first one of the game. Let's see if there are any more healing potions. There aren't.
I'm listening.
Never
Please
mind.
go ahead.
Before we go there though, we should probably level up our skills a little bit more.
What is this about?
This is about training conjuration.
I could kill that Gwar. Those boots are ruined.
Do you ever even leave this place? Okay, sorry. So, do you do training? Not to me, I'm too low level, never mind. How about you?
How may I help you?
Training. She doesn't train enchantment. I mean, rather, conjuration. The reason why we want to train conjuration is so that we could use our bound longbow better. Hi, assassin. How about you? Nope, she's mad at us. Do you have bound long sword, by the way? No? And you also don't train in conjuration.
You need not be afraid.
How about you?
Looking for something in particular?
Nope, he doesn't train conjuration. Come on, someone here has got to be able to train conjuration. You have bound longsword, excellent. We'll take that. Right, our last chance. Hi, good friend Ashira.
To you, friend.
Please tell me you train conjuration. She does, excellent. Let's train this up 10 times.
Way too many questions.
So we're going to train this to 15. This will also mean that the next time we level up we can put 5 points into intellect. Because we do need to increase our maximum mana. Alright, of course, we're now out of money. Can you buy some rubbish potions from us? So there are lots of different types of potions like Frost Shield and the like, and we could carry these around and use them and they would be useful. But I much prefer to just keep 2 healing and mana potions myself. Thanks, Ashira. She loves us. She's probably like the only person in the game who actually fully likes us. So let's train conjuration 2 more times. There we go. So now the success chance of casting the bound spells have gone up to almost half, which is excellent. And this will be a good time to actually assign our quick keys. So let's put our sword on number 1. Let's put our bow on number 2. And we'll put bound long sword on number 3. for number 5, let's put levitation, since we'll be using that quite a bit. Then we'll put in some open spells. We'll put in the weaker open spell and the better open spell. And finally over here we're going to put... let's have Soul Trap. High Assassin. So now we're ready to go to this Ancient Dwemer ruin.
I'm listening.
First off though, let's drop off some stuff because we want to pick up some loot while we're there. So then, we got all these potions we could probably drop. Is there anything heavy? These torches could do with being dropped. As much as we like torches, they do weigh quite a lot to carry them all around. We'll just carry one with us. Let's see, and while we're here, next to here, we'll just drop our loot we're planning to sell. So we're never going to equip those boots, so we'll put those down. And I guess we'll just go like this. So we did pick up some clothing from doing, from getting double the money for those missions we did. So let's have a look at it. Right, so we got this magical shirt. Zenith's frock. So like I said, all magical equipment in this game has this type of glow to it, like those boots we've got. So it's a fancy looking shirt, we'll keep that on. Sadly the actual skill on it is practically useless because we could just go to the scamp if we want to sell stuff better. This looks very good. This boosts all those skills that we're terrible at for the guild. Or for the cult rather. May as well equip it since it is magical. We can't wear the shoes and boots at the same time, sadly, so we can't put those on. We can put this ring on, though. So, let's put our armour back on, since we are going to actually do some fighting now. It is a shame that armour goes over everything else. Let's put this red robe on for the time being. We haven't used this one yet. And let's go. So we haven't actually left through Balmora except to go to that egg mine before. If you go this way, there is actually an Imperial Legion fort, and there's somebody there who wants me to help them, well, who wants someone, and it's going to be us, to help them clear out some of the local corruption. So we'll be doing that later, but for right now we actually want to find out why we're here on Morrowind, and to do that we need to do a couple of quests. Caldeir is this way. Because after we do the next few main quests of the game, we actually get told the exact reason why we're here on Morrowind. And at that point, we actually have a proper quest to do. Because at the moment, we're just here, you know, doing random mod jobs. We don't really know what our purpose is. So here's the Ancient Dwemer Bridge. Hi, guy. Are you gonna kill us? Yes? Okay. So he seems to be a magic caster, so let's shoot him from a long distance. Come on, game, we have like 0.5% chance of casting. There we go. Oh, he's a conjurer. So, I think this is the first time we've seen someone who conjures minions. We'll just stay at a distance so his magic can't hurt us. There we go. Just need to hit him one more time. So, if somebody conjures a minion, if a person dies, then their minion dies. So I think our gimmick in this game is just going to be leaving people dead with their pants on, as a way to show respect for them. Unless they have really fancy pants. Maybe we should take some spare pants with us, just in case they do have fancy pants we want. So this big solid bridge here is a part of the Dwemer interface, interface. I meant, I've completely forgotten what that word is called. Oh well, I'll remember it later. So here is the ancient Dwemer ruins. There's a fancy statue up here. Infrastructure, that's what I meant to say. So as you can see, like all dwarves, the Dwemer lived underground. It's a fancy statue, can't do anything with it. So we'll have to go underground to actually find what's going on here. But we'll still look around the top anyway, just in case there's anything interesting. Like this here observatory. That'll be interesting, we should look for that while we're down there. So there's nothing we can do up here. Sometimes in Dwemer ruins there are like some items around the top, but usually they aren't. So this here is a completely solid door that we can't get into. We could glitch our way inside and reach the door, but instead, let's pull this crank. Right, there's 7 torches here, so if we do need any more torches, we could always come back here. So these are the types of Dwemer ruins we'll be finding. Big caves, lots of the sounds of like grinding gears in the background, and lots of metal. And also dudes who want us dead. Wow, we really suck at casting spells. Oh well, I guess we're using a sword then. We do have like a 40% success chance of casting our conjuration abilities. It just doesn't want to work for us.
Die, scoundrel!
While we're killing these people, we'll also keep a lookout for one of those black and red shirts as well. It would save us a trip to a clothing store. Just leaving them dead with their pants on, as always. So another common feature is that there's a lot of rubble in general blocking off certain paths. And it can also block off paths you need to go. Hi you.
I will bathe in your blood. You will die where you stand.
We should probably try and sneak up on people.
And while you still can, child, it'll
Come on,
be
game.
your blood.
Please
not
hit the
mine.
enemy. There we go. Can we rest? Yeah, we can. Let's rest. There we go. Now we have the mana to be able to cast our bound ability again, and hopefully this time it will actually work, since that was the whole point of me leveling it up. Right, so here's a common feature with the dwarven items. They weigh a lot. Like these cups weigh 4 and 3 each. This picture weighs 8. So we can't take much of it home with us. We'll still try and take as much as we can anyway. Right, so that leads to Weeping Bell Hall. This leads to the Cells of Hollowed Hand. Let's go this way. Oh, we snuck up, but we just didn't score the actual hit. We would have got a critical hit if that landed. This guy has a red and black shirt. Excellent. I don't know if we can give them 2 red and black shirts, so I guess we should look for a second one as well. Here's the best loot in the Dwemer ruins, Dwemer coins, because they sell for a lot like everything else, but they also weigh basically nothing. So it's brilliant loot to take from here. Oh, this is our first piece of raw glass in the game. We can find both raw glass and raw ebony. And then if we go to Mournhold later, we can actually make glass armor and ebony armor using it. But by then we'll probably find our own anyway, so it's kind of pointless. Right, so we're already too heavy to actually continue. So sadly we will have to put down all of this good stuff. We'll try and carry one of each piece of cutlery. So these rusty Dwemer cogs weigh 50, so it's probably one of the heaviest pieces of general loot in the game. Another skill book, I'll take that. I'm just looking around the machinery because sometimes you can loot items from machinery. There's someone up there. Hey, this is much better, I'm actually casting the spell. Let's try to sneak up on them. You can keep arrows drawn as long as you want in this game, so we can just walk around like this. Where did they go? Hey, we scored a crit. Excellent. Ow! At least I think we did. Maybe she saw us a little bit too early. Also, yes, we don't discriminate. Male or female, we're always going to leave them with their pants on, but not their shirt. That's not respectful. Oh, how did you miss that game? There we go. I understand that it's a dice roll, but that arrow was going straight into his chest as soon as I pulled the bow. Oops, sorry, I almost took your pants. Right, some of these doors will be trapped, even if they're on a double door, which is a bit sneaky. So we have to be really careful when we're touching doors. Because a trap at this point in the game, if it's a magical attack one, will absolutely murder us. Let's try and shoot.
Trying.
Oh, hello. That was weird. I think what happened there was that we shot our arrow at the exact same time that the conjured bow ability faded, and so our conjured bow got the drain health attack from our sword as a projectile. That was amazing. I've never seen that happen. Well, it's a good thing I was recording that. Let's take the coin. Ah, yes. Sneaky piece of loot on the machine. We're going to take that because it might be needed later. I guess we'll drop our cutlery. So we want to take Dwemer tubes and cylinders and stuff like that because there's a chance that somebody later in the game might ask for some of those as a quest item. Let's go the other way. Nope, just a bed with no actual bedding on it. Okay, let's go up here. So the whole of the centrifuge is where we started. Since these places are quite maze-like and they bend around a lot, it's always a good idea to keep track of the names. So all three of these are called Weeping Bell Hall, but that one took us somewhere that didn't have other doors in it. So since there is some rubble and the like blocking off certain paths, sometimes the same area might have different areas in it. I forgot that was actually like a loading screen door. Come on, there's someone down there and I want to hit him. Let's use the weak bound longbow skill. Just because it's cheaper. There we go.
Let's see what you're made of.
Boom. It's always good when you actually hit something at the start of this game when our skill is so dreadful. We'll always take the coins whenever we see them. It's free good loot, and since it's so light we can also carry it with us if we ever want to trade with a random vendor along the road. I guess this is a good time to point out all of these inscriptions along the walls of all the Dwemer ruins of the game. Apparently it's some sort of Easter egg where one of the people who developed the game put his name on it, like the graphic artist or something like that. Because of course he did, what else would he do? know, some people like Easter eggs in putting Easter eggs in their games, and some people just put their name literally all over it. And every single Dwemer ruin in the game has the same graphic. Lots of Dwemer coins, that's very nice. Because we need to leave all this other loot, sadly, but it's just too heavy for us. Chest. Excellent. Oh, no, that's the expensive open spell. We still can't cast this one anyway. Let's drink a potion. There we go. Ooh, there's a Dwemer shield here. Let's take it and equip it and see how it looks. So, that's a Dwemer shield, looks quite fancy. Sadly though, it is heavy armour, so it's rubbish to us. We'll still take it if we can, because it sells nicely and it also looks quite fancy. Land's Blood's Gallery. There we go. Right, we can hear a new type of enemy. There it is. I don't even know why I try and sneak. It never works. So this here is the Spider Centurion. Let's just avoid all of these magic attacks until he runs at us. There we go. So ghosts in this game are completely immune to damage of any normal weapons. And apparently immune to damage even of my special weapon because I can't hit him. There we go. Okay, we're getting quite wasted here. We'll rest as soon as we actually kill this guy. There we go. We still can't rest here though. Can we rest anywhere? No, let's return to here then. We still can't rest here. Excellent. There we go. So yes, as I was going to say, ghosts in this game are immune to normal weapons. You need either a silver weapon, some sort of magically enchanted weapon like this one, or you need Daedric. I don't know if glass and ebony also count. You might be able to use those. So we were warned about Centurions, and that's why you shouldn't enter these ruins. Not because of these though, these guys... Oh, our athletic skill went up, that's excellent. These guys are really weak, but there are different types of Centurions that are harder to kill. I see that sneaky piece of gold. There it is. Hey, Dwemer Greaves. May as well take the hammers with us. Just use all these up so that we have space. Right, now we do need to drop stuff though, which is a problem. Let's just drop the hammers, we'll repair when we get back home. And sadly we're still carrying too much, so I think it's about time we said goodbye to some of this dwarven stuff. It's a shame because I would like to take at least one of every type of armour home with me to decorate the house with. But it's just too heavy for us. I always check both doors just in case one of them is sneakily trapped. Right, let's just bound this. There we go, finally. Let's take his ectoplasm. Right, so here's a quite useful but also annoying ingredient in the game, scrap metal. It weighs 10 for each piece of it. But again, we'll take some with us because there might be a quest that needs it. Might have been all around here. Did we remember to loot this guy? Yes, we did. Because there are a couple of quests in the game that want you to have some different dwarven stuff to give them. And I just don't remember the exact dwarven things that they need. So I'm just going to take all of it just in case. Right, so these are both trapped. So whenever there's something that's trapped, we'll use our probes. Oh screw it, we'll just use one dog. Can we just use our master lockpick we've got? This is kind of a waste, but we need to try it. It's too complex for us. Our security skill is dreadful. We'll kill that spider thing. Ooh, raw ebony. That's also used, like I said, to make ebony equipment later. We'll take both of those and drop our Dwemer shield. We also need to drop something else. That's annoying. Well, I guess let's just use one of our potions. Hey, we've leveled up. I would love to level up strength, but sadly we don't have enough bonuses in that right now. So let's level up. You realise that you are catching on to the secret of success. It's just a matter of concentration. Let's put a 5 times bonus into intellect and willpower, and to luck. So our maximum mana has gone up by 5 points, so yes, we do need to still level up 3 more times to be able to cast our big unlocking spell, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, let's try and unlock this again. Excellent. And all it had is some scrap metal which we can't carry. We could also drink some potions that fortify our intellect, so we might just do that later when we need to. Because there is one lock that we really need to unlock as soon as possible in this game that has a 100 strength. Because it has the best piece of armour that's in the game for us. I've already been here. And I believe we went up here as well. Yes, we did. So we've now wrapped around. We haven't been down here though, so let's go. And here's our first taste of lava. You may notice our jumping skill is dreadful. I don't think we can make that jump. So let's instead use levitation for the first time. So if we levitate, we get this little purple circle beneath us, and we walk in any direction we want. Like I said, if we didn't have those boots on, we would be walking very slowly due to the low level levitate spell we have. So we can walk anywhere in any direction. We will get stuck though on scenery a lot. Like this ledge here might get us stuck. No, it didn't. Well, that's surprising. We can't sneak while we're doing this, and we also can't rest, because we can only rest on solid ground. There we go, we got stuck then. So here, even though we shouldn't be stuck, because there's a very slight like height difference, we get stuck. So levitation isn't exactly the most well implemented thing in this game, but it is amazing. Here is some sort of lift that takes us up there, but we can't use it. And here's that observatory we saw. So let's look around for any fancy loot, since this is quite an interesting place. This is very heavy, but we're going to take it. We will need to make up space though, because I believe this item is a rather unique and hard to get one, so if we need that for a quest, we definitely want it. Let's just drop the scrap metal for now, we'll get more later. It's too heavy to take with us. We are not going to be able to make space. I guess we're going to have to drop the raw ebony. I don't want to do that, but I have to. Let's drop some of these potions that weigh loads. We need paralyzation. It would be nice to sell these instead, so I probably shouldn't have brought them with me. Oh well. Oh wait, that was a fortified intelligence potion. That one will give us the maximum mana we need to actually cast that Master Unlock spell later. There we go, we've almost made up all our space. Let's drop the torch. There we go. So our levitate's run out. I don't think there's anything else here, sadly. Now then, is there any safe place to jump? This is probably a really stupid idea. Game. There we go. Considering the fact we get stuck on scenery, I was expecting just to walk off and not jump then. Let's go up here. So we were going to have to levitate anyway. Dwemer ball. No coins I can see. That is always a shame. And this goes back to Weeping Hell Hall. So since we're here, and we're very close to the entrance, let's actually just climb up here and put down some of this loot. And then we can teleport back home. So we'll put down the really heavy stuff here. There we go. So since we're in this room, let's check for any hidden stuff. Since a very common thing they do in this game is to hide loot and the like. And other areas you can go in secretive places you can only reach with levitation. They rather like that trick. So I think that's actually everything. So what we could do right now... Oh yes, of course, we still haven't actually got the Dwemer puzzle box yet. We need to go and find that. Here's a spear. Let's take it. There's a coin. Let's go back to the cells of Hollow Hand. Hello. Hey, this guy's their boss. That's some good unlocking scrolls. Let's take those. He's got a lot of goodies on him. Wait a second. That was a Rising Force potion, wasn't it? I believe that means it's a levitation potion, so we're going to take that. Just in case we run out of mana and we fail to cast levitation. Here we go, Dwemer puzzle box. So I found the puzzle box he told me to give him. Now he'll tell me about the Nerevarine secret cult and my 6th house secret cult. Right, here's a unique candlestick in the game that doesn't weigh anything. So there are a few things in the game that don't weigh anything, and we will always take them. Let's use the secret powers of gameplay protagonists and have a look in there when we can't look normally. There's just a few goblets. There's a coin. Is there any good loot in here? May as well take all that stuff. Nice. Now let's go back upstairs and let's drop this stuff off as well. So what we're going to be doing is, after we grab all our loot, we're going to just use Civi intervention and get back. And that's what I would ordinarily do to... Oh yeah, I do love how things stack in this game if you just keep dropping them on the ground. So I would usually just, if I was playing this game myself, loot absolutely everything from every single dungeon and bring it to one spot and then teleport home with it. Right, so I think there's one more place we haven't been to from what I remember. So to find that, we have to find which way we haven't actually entered from. I think we went this way. Yes, we've been here. Right, we know that leads back to where we just were. I don't think it was this place. No, wait, of course we've been there. Okay, never mind. I think there is another area in here, but we don't need to go to it anyway. And I'll be running around like a headless chicken the entire time, so... For some reason I was positive there was something over there. We might come back at some point and have a look, but right now we need to continue our quest. So we're carrying way too much stuff, let's teleport home. Let's fail to teleport home. Do we have any scrolls that could let us teleport? No, I should have got one of those. There we go. And now we drop all our stuff. Just litter right in front of this place. It's fine. Yes, we should level up our mysticism so that we can teleport properly. Right, we can now move, that's excellent. Let's continue. We're just going to drop some stuff off at home. Actually, you know what? We're just going to continue. Make a short pit stop to this trader and just sell something kind of heavy. Ah, screw it. I was going to sell him the spear, but then I realised actually I want to keep that. So we will go back home and put it down. Let's put our spear over... Where should we put weapons in our home? There we go. I am tempting fate by constantly going back and forth between doors, because that's what can crash you in this game. Hi.
Yes?
I got your box. Perfect, just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box and then I'll tell you what Chaos will want to know about the 6th house and about the Nerevarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've delivered your report to Chaos, come back and maybe I'll have a key to take to Argenhand. Excellent. Yeah, so it mentions it's settings for a key. Tell us about the 6th house. House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the first stage, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Chaos and recommend some 6th house references you should read. Tell us about House Dagoth. House Dagoth was the 6th of the 7 Dwemer great houses. Nothing remains of the 6th house. Its members were all slain or adopted into the other great houses following their treason in the War of the First Council. Their clanstead was called Kogaroon. Well, tell us about the references. So, the War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and the Real Nerevar. He says that we could read those books for more information. Now then, is there anything else you haven't talked to us about yet? Oh yes, of course, let's talk about the Nerevarine. The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dwemer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the temple, but the temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Chaos that Shan Gra Mosgrub would be a better person to talk about the native faiths and superstitions. Let's read this this scroll he just gave us. So House Dagoth is an extinct great house. In the wake of the ancient Battle of Red Mountain, its leadership was revealed to have plotted treason and was discredited. So many died defending the house and survivors went to other houses. The temple says that the ancient legendary evil beings that dwell beneath Red Mountain in the Dagoth region are the original leaders of the extinct house, sustained by some powerful evil sorceries. So Red Mountain is this volcano right here, like this dark area, which is why the closer we get to the middle, the more barren the landscape becomes due to those rivers of lavas and the like. There's no vegetation when you get closer. We haven't actually heard anything about that mountain yet, but apparently there's loads of evil beings dwelling beneath it. So we'll probably have to go there and kill them all later because, you know, I'm a protagonist.
What do you want?
What I want is to return to Chaos Casades. Thanks for asking. Hi.
Ah, welcome. What may I do for you?
Here's some notes. These notes are from Hasfat Antibolus. Excellent. I trust you didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more details later, but for now I have new orders for you. I've glanced at Hasfat Antibolus' notes. They cover the 6th house admirably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to the Balmora Mages Guild. It's right next to the Balmora Fighters Guild. Get Shan Gra Mosgrub to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks and report back to me. So tell us about this orc lady, because she's rather abrasive. Very smart for an orc, an unhealthy interest in the dark arts perhaps, but very smart. She's always worried that the temple will bust in and stick her in a fire, and worried with good reason. She sounds like a great friend. Now we actually have an excuse to interrupt her when she tells us to go away, so...
What do you want?
Now let's have a chat with her.
Wealth beyond
I've heard a lot about you.
Thank you. So our orc friend is down here. No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you're one of Case's associates. That's a different matter. Case and I have a very satisfactory arrangement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. The errand then is very simple. I need the skull of Andrano. You'll find it in the Andrano Ancestral tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. The Dwemer have some particular primitive prejudices against necromancy, and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits. Tell us about necromancy. In the Empire, necromancy is a legitimate discipline, though body and spirit are protected property and may not be used without permission of the owner. But in Morrowind, the Dwemer loathe necromancers and put them to death. That's absurd, of course, since the Dwemer summoned their own dead to guard the tombs and defend the family. Sacred necromancy is righteous, while philosophical necromancy is evil. It's primitive superstition, that's all. You sound like a great person. Where's this ancestral tomb? The tomb is south of Pelagay, just off the road, just before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest towards Seydanin and southeast to Vivek. She does mention we'll need an enchanted blade because some spirits are immune to normal weapons.
You're not what I expected. You've earned my trust.
Thank you. Before we continue, while we're here, actually no, we'll level up later. Actually no, we will level up our mysticism now. It's a good idea. Do you train mysticism? You do. We don't have much money though, but let's do it.
My attention is yours.
Just so we can actually teleport. Hope we don't run out of money again. No, we just had enough money. Excellent. So what's our success chance of casting Mark and Recall now? 29% success chance at Mark and Recall. Excellent. That means we can actually start using that spell.
Do you want something from me?
Yes, do you have any intervention? You do. You have Divine Intervention and you also have Almcivi Intervention? You do. Excellent. Saint's Shield. That's rather nice. It's really heavy though. Let's have a look at what other enchanted stuff you have. What we're looking for is constant effect enchantments though. Let's see, we need to make some more money, so you won't be able to do this, I just realised. I was planning to sell her potions, but obviously she's a scrolls vendor only, and we don't really have any scrolls on us to sell. Actually, that's not true, we have a few. We do actually, yes. Let's sell these useless restore health scrolls, and let's buy some Almcivi Intervention scrolls.
How do you do?
That's a fair trade. So now we can use one of those scrolls and we can just teleport back without having to rely on our success chance. Good. I was about to say, do we not have the money to travel? We do. Just about.
We make a special trip just for you.
Thank you. So we haven't been to Satanin for a while. There is a quest here where we were told to have a look at that tax collector, because apparently he's gone missing. I think we may have also picked up the other quest as well about the Wood Elf's hiding place. I don't actually remember if I bothered to pick that up or not. Hi, rats. Come on, when I run towards a rat with my sword out, I actually expect you to hit it, game. I mean, it's only a rat. Right, this might be the Ancestral tomb, let's have a check. It is, excellent. Like we said, it was between Satanin and Pelagade, and Barmore was all the way up there, so it was quicker just to take the Silt Strider. Now then, Ancestral tombs. Rather creepy places, but I'm here to hold your hand, so it's fine. Here's a dead adventurer. He didn't have a magical weapon, so he must have been killed by ghosts. So since this probably is like a tutorial version of the Ancestral tomb, since it is like right next to Satanin, so that's probably why there's dead bodies here, to tell you to get lost. I see a ghost. Perfect. We're going to run around here while we have the bow longbow out and try and kill more enemies. There seems to be an enemy right here. It's also a Bone Walker. We are getting out of there. So Bone Walkers are really bad. They have the ability to drain your strength. And when our strength is drained, we completely lose any ability to carry anything. So we basically just get stuck to the spot for hours. Ooh, magical arrows. Excellent. Give me those. There's something down there, but that's a deadly drop. Let's instead find the other way. Wait, I meant to not do that. Let's use our magical arrows. So if they hit us with those spells, then they're likely to drain our strength and we're screwed. We might need to put down some of the arrows we've got, because we're carrying a lot of iron arrows, and they do weigh something. Hello. Oh no. He also has magical arrows. Let's wait for him to get closer. Perfect. He resisted magic, but we still killed him. What are you doing up there, skeleton? I don't think you're meant to start off up there. I was going to complain about the fact that that clearly should have hit him, but we are trying to shoot a skeleton with arrows. Like, the success chance of actually doing that is quite low, because it will probably just go straight through the ribcage. Right, there's another bone walker. Right, we definitely want to get our bow back out. Let's drink a mana potion. We just want to avoid ever going into melee combat with these things. The risk of getting our strength drained is just too high. Come on, game, can you please hit the bone walker? Finally! That took way too long, and we can't even loot him because he's got stuck in the scenery. Excellent. So yes, the closer you get to these burial mounds, you start to hear whispers. So it is quite unsettling if you're here on your own. Skill book. Oh, I would love to read this book. All the yelling I'd have to do. Right, we're over encumbered. Let's drop some of our arrows. Like, we are carrying way too many. Let's drop 100. Right, here's the skull we need. Let's take it. This dagger is only worth 6 despite being magical. It's quite weird. So skeletons usually have these really bad iron things that weigh way too much. This is, if we were to jump down that hole before, we would have found ourselves here. The Humilities of Blessed Almalexia. So Almalexia is one of the tribunal gods, so she's going to be an important character, it looks like. So we might need to read that book to get a bit more information on her. Some repair stuff. We're not really going to bother with repair at this point. We're just going to go to smithies to do it for us. Also because I would prefer not to level it up by accident, so that I can level it up on purpose instead. So we can get a nice 5x strength bonus. It's worth noting that if you steal from these ancestral places, like whenever you're next to one of these burial mounds, you might end up summoning an enemy that will attack you. Because it's seen as sacrilegious for some reason to take this, all these good ingredients that people just leave lying around. Now let's drop a few more of these. So we have seen an ancestral tomb earlier in the game. Even more magical arrows. Ah, these ones silence. Excellent. We came across an ancestral tomb when we were getting our boots of blinding speed, but we didn't go in because we had no way to really deal with them yet. Right, so I think that's everything, so let's now use our... So you don't actually read the scroll by doing this, because all you do is get the illegible text you can't read. Instead you have to go down to magic items and use the scroll here. I didn't mean to come here. Okay, we found ourselves in Vivek. We're going to be coming back here later, so we're not going to do anything now. For the time being, we're just going to leave. So yeah, like I mentioned before, Vivek is this huge area right here. So I'm going to leave this place for later, because we come here on the main quest line quite soon. So when we come then, that will be when we actually do stuff in Vivek. Hi. Can you take us to the foreign quarter? Thank you. Now then, how do we... Ah, there's the bridge. I was going to try and jump off here, but we don't really have the skill to be able to jump over that ledge. And here's the Silt Strider. Please say I have enough money to take me to Balmora. We do, excellent.
We make a special trip. The break.
I would like to get a magical robe, so we have a nice glowy robe on us. We'll get one sooner or later, it's fine.
Yes, Outlander?
Right, I've desecrated a tomb and brought you a skull. Hope you're happy.
You're not what I expected. You've earned my trust.
Good to know. I've got your skull. Very good, I'll just take that skull from you. Perfect for what I have in mind. Thank you. Now, as I promised, I'll answer your questions about the Imperial Cult. Yes, let's learn about this, because this is very important. This Ashlandr cult believes that the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honour ancient promises to the tribes. According to legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the tribunal temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both temple and empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders who care little for the imperial or temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes. Tell us about the Nerevar. So Nerevar is a First Age hero of the Dwemer people. He was a great general and leader. He helped form the First Council and united the Dwemer great houses against the foreign invaders aided by the traitors of House Dagoth. He triumphed over Morrowind's enemies at Red Mountain, but he died in the battle. So the most important thing there that she mentioned is that apparently, as well as getting rid of all the Outlanders, the Nerevarine is supposed to denounce the false gods of the tribunal. Let's have a look at where her notes are. Is there anything unique here? I think this is all the same, but down here there's an extra bit. Because it is persecuted, it remains a secret cult, and it is hard to judge how widespread it is among the Ashlanders, or whether it has any following outside of the Ashlander tribes. The Ashlanders firmly believe that the Nerevar will return to restore the glories of ancient Residian, which is Morrowind was called that before the Imperial occupation. The Ashlanders say that the great houses and the temple have abandoned the pure teachings of the prophet Veloth, forsaking ancestor worship for the false gods of the tribunal, and embracing the comforts of civilization that corrupted the High Elves. The temple, on the other hand, venerates Saint Nerevar, but rejects the disgusting notion that the false incarnate will walk the earth like a ghoul. Right, here we go. Nerevar. The temple honours Saint Nerevar as the greatest Dwemer general, first councillor, and companion of Vivek, Almalexia, and Sophasil, who united the Dwemer great houses to destroy the evil Dwemer, the treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. But the Ashlanders say Nerevar promised to honour the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and that he will come again to honour that promise. To the Ashlanders, this means destroying the false temple and driving the Imperial invaders from the land. Let's read about the prophecies. Dream visions and prophecies are a respected tradition in the Ashlander culture. Their wise women and shamans take careful notes of dreams and visions and pass on the tribe's legacies of vision and prophecy to their successors. By contrast, the temple and the Western faith are suspicious of mysticism, and they regard interpretation of dreams and visions as primitive superstition. The most common version of the Nerevarine prophecy is the Stranger. The verses are obscure, as are most prophecies, but two observations are in order. First, many less well-informed scholars assume that the phrase journeyed for new... I'm not sure how you're supposed to say this word, so I'm just going to say north. Journeyed far, north, moon and star is just a cliche to suggest a long journey. Or maybe it means for the moon and star. But the Nerevar of legend was known to possess a magical ring called One Clan Under Moon and Star. Oh, I see, so that's meant to be beneath moon and star, I guess. Journeyed far beneath moon and star. Okay, that clears that up. Anyway, let's continue. Upon which Nerevar is supposed to have sworn his promise to honour ancient Ashlandish traditions and land rights. Second, the reference to 7 curses most certainly refer to the lost prophetic visions known to the Ashlanders as the 7 curses. So let's read about the stranger. When earth is sundered and skies choked black, and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far beneath moon and star. Though stark born to sire uncertain, his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him, prophets speak but all deny. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate for curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger, many fall but one remains. Lost prophecies. Ashlander elders complain of prophecies which have been lost to tribal memory due to the carelessness or ineptitude of earlier generations of wise women in the Ashkans. Suspicious scholars wonder whether these prophecies might have been deliberately forgotten or suppressed. 3 Nerevarine prophecies in particular are said to have been lost. Number 1, the Lost Prophecies. Yeah, I think that speaks for itself. Number 2, the 7 Curses. And number 3, 7 visions of 7 trials of the incarnate. Perhaps these lost prophecies will someday be found, either in forgotten accounts written by literate travellers, or in the memories of isolated Ashlanders, or in the secret traditions of the wise women and the shamans. So, there's a lot of information here, but this is all incredibly relevant to the story. So first off, I want to repeat that Saint Nerevar was a friend to Vivek, Almalexia and Sophasil. All 3 of these people are now known as the Tribunal Gods, but apparently the job of a Nerevarine is to cast down the so-called false gods of the Tribunal. So something's gone wrong or has been lost in translation or something regarding these 3 people. Let's see, next up we have about the Nerevarine prophecies. So the most obvious part of this is how it mentions the stranger here. At the very start of the game, there was a scroll of text we couldn't read that looked like a long poem of some kind, and at the end, there was one line we could read, which was, "Many fall but one remains." So that original cutscene of the game was likely this poem of a stranger. There's probably other stuff in there, but I've suddenly forgotten to talk about now, but let's continue. Right, before we actually continue, first off, let's level up a little bit. I've been changing my mind a lot during this episode, but that's fine. So for now, let's try and level up our alteration skill, I think. What does that affect? Willpower. What does mysticism affect? Willpower. Oh, never mind then. We need to level up something that will affect another skill. I guess we'll just level up normally, it's fine. Let's sleep for the time being. So basically the reason I was doing that was because I was trying to think of an excuse to go to bed. But we'll just go to bed anyway. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead as though a wedding reception. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke of each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking, as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. So we just had a disturbing dream, and then this is what we just recalled, which we just read then. So yeah, I was just trying to level up so that we had an excuse to go to bed, but you know, I'll sleep anyway. So this is when things start to actually happen in the game, which is why I wanted to start the main questline quite early. let's continue. Hi.
Go ahead.
Sadly, I was expecting something to happen then, but I guess we just didn't get lucky. It'll happen later. Hi, you.
Well met, Outlander. What is it?
I've brought you orders. These are Sharn's notes on the Imperial Cult. Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's Apprentice. I'd like some time to think about how this fits into the Emperor's plan for you, so if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. But whenever you're ready, I'll have more orders. So what are the next orders? I thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivek... Oh, sorry, I thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivek City concerning the Nerevarine and the 6th House. First, I want you to speak with Ardania, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak with Helea, an Argonian in the Morag Tong. Finally, I want you to speak with Maria Milo, a temple priestess. Here, I've written the details down below so you won't forget, and here's some money for bribes and other expenses. I like how he just says we're going to bribe people straight away. So, tell us about Ardania. A Khajiit and a Thieves Guild operative. You'll find her in St. Olm's Canton in Vivek. Be careful what you say, and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicious of outsiders, and you may have to win or purchase their confidence. Tell us about Helea. Helea is an Argonian and a Morag Tong assassin. You'll find him in Vivek, at the Black Short Corner Club in the lower wasteworks of the Foreign Quarter. In addition to his other skills, Helea is also known around Vivek as a student of history and a lover of books. We've heard about the Morag Tong before. It's a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal and guided by a strict code of conduct. It's an ancient Dwemer society, steeped in tradition, but I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They are nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them. Tell us about Maria Milo, a temple priestess who works in the libraries at the Hall of Wisdom and Justice. She's a friend, so be careful and don't get her in trouble. The temple is suspicious of Outlanders and won't be happy to find Mara talking with you about a religious matter. She'll be easy to spot. Look for a priestess with a copper hair and copper eyes. Thank you. One more thing. We had some weird dreams. Do you know anything about these? Disturbing dreams. You're worrying me. You're not going loopy on me, are you? A word of advice. In Morrowind, if you have disturbing dreams, the temple says you're crazy and they want to lock you up. And if you have disturbing dreams and you think that they mean something, then the temple thinks you're a prophet or a witch, and they want to lock you up. So take my advice and keep a lid on it. So yes, our next quest is to go to Vivek, so we'll be doing that in the next part, because I would like to actually get started with this stuff.
Speak, traveller.
Hello. Tell us about yourself. What I do is my own affair. Okay.
Go ahead.
So we're just going to go home, rest up a bit, and then in the next part we'll go to Vivek. And we'll actually explore around Vivek a bit, because there is a lot to do there. For now, let's rest. Maybe get attacked by an assassin. No, we didn't. Never mind. So until next time, while my rabbits drink loudly in the distance, be lovely to each other. That's about it. Bye.